All right, guys, Black is here. And, I want to talk about something right quick. I, you know, Growing up, when I was young, I don't remember the exact year that Oldsmobile came out with the 350 diesel. Mid 80s. I don't know the exact year. But I remember hearing one run. This white lady had one at the Bishop Brother auction on Stewart Avenue. I think that was the first time I heard one. And they sound like a damn truck engine. And I couldn't stand it. But it's like now I hear one, and to me it sounds so good. Sounds so good. But I always wondered, why did Chevrolet 350 sound the way it did? At the same time, when you listen to a Mercedes, it sounds a lot wimpier or a lot smoother, if you want to say. Either way, it sounds smoother or wimpier or whatever you want to say. I always wondered, why did Mercedes sound like the GM 350? Okay, I think his name is Mercedes Source. He's a white guy. He's on YouTube. He always talking about Mercedes. He's wearing a lab blue like Mercedes mechanic lab coat or whatever. He does nothing but Mercedes. I don't think I've ever seen him talk about any car other than a Mercedes. Well, he was showing, I think it was a 240 diesel one day. And he was talking about why the car smoked. And I thought the car smoked because the engine was old and the compression was gone and it wasn't burning fuel correctly. Turns out the injectors were bad. Now, also, it comes with mechanical diesel injection, right? And he showed how the injectors, they squirt 2 squirts of fuel into the engine. And I didn't even think that was possible. I thought when you had I thought you had to have, electronic fuel injection, or what they call a common rail or electronic, whatever, unit inject. I thought you have to have something like that to squirt 2 squirts of fuel. Well, it turns out that's the reason why the older Mercedes ran so much smoother. The diesel did. They didn't sound like the damn Oldsmobile. And I was amazed at that, But all this time, I've always wondered why Mercedes sound like that. And it's because of his video. And I found this out, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. I was watching one of his videos. I used to hate his videos because he used to have the comments turned off. I noticed that some of his new videos, he'll turn the comments on. But that's what kept me from watching his damn channel, because there was stuff he used to say I wanted to comment on and I couldn't. But I'm glad I found that out, because I haven't heard anyone else talk about that. Now, I've known that newer diesels, like the Ford Power Stroke, GM, Dodge. I think, I want to say Dodge was the first one that sound different. The 5.9, when they went to the 24 valve or whatever. I don't remember what year, but I remember I used to work drive-through early 90s, like 92, 93 at Crystal. And when a Ford or Chevrolet diesel came through the drive-through, you knew it, because your freaking ear, you had to take the earpiece away from your ear. But when the Dodge came through, it was a little bit quieter, still loud, but a little bit quieter. And, I don't remember exactly who was the first truck diesel that come out and it was real quiet. I can't remember which one. But it's like now, like I walked up to a GM truck the other day and I saw where it said Duramax. But I had to walk up and I'm like, damn, that thing is quiet. Oh, something else. I drive I guess it's a 2024 to 25 freight. I ain't never really looked. I got to look at that truck. But I drive a Freightliner. It's got the Detroit diesel engine in it, big 6-cylinder. I think it's a 14.8 liter, I think. But anyway, in the morning when the engine is cold, it's something else I was going to talk about. You know, Dave Auto Care, he talked about you're not supposed to idle diesels. Why do they have a sign on the side of the truck that says clean idle diesel if they didn't want you to idle the diesel? Also, when this engine is cold, I always let it warm up. Oh, even when it was hot outside, I let it warm up. I get to work, I crank the truck up, I go in, I take my truck to the front, park it, clock in, grab my paperwork, come back out, get in the truck and leave. By then the truck is warm. I do this because it sounds really rough when it's cold. You know, like when you pull off, if you don't give it too much gas, it'll sound kind of quiet, but if you step on a little too hard, it'll get real loud. You know, I don't know if it is injecting one shot of diesel fuel or multiple sprays. I don't know. I've tried to look up stuff on it and I haven't seen anybody talk about it. But I do know when the engine is cold, if you step too hard on the throttle, it'll just get real loud until it warm up. But when it warm up, the sound is constant or whatever. But anyway, I just thought that was interesting. It is interesting. And I was just, like I said, I always wonder why does Mercedes sound so different? Well, now I know. Dre, y'all have any questions, leave them